Hey guys, welcome to another Dialed In NFL podcast. This is the 19th episode. Today we're facing off against the all-time greatest 49ers that ChatGPT could come up with. It's going to be a tall task because I'm sure they're going to have the likes of Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, maybe even a Frank Gore or someone like that out there. So it'll be interesting to see who they go with. But there's a lot of good 49ers to go around, so I think we might have a chance still, John. How are you doing this week, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Hey, man, can't complain. Another week. Steelers actually squeaked out a win, as ugly as it might have been. I'm happy about that. Um, but before we get too deep into the show, I want to introduce John over here at Firestarter Breaks. He's one of
All
our.
right, buddy.
If you haven't subscribed to his channel, make sure you do. We have another co-host named Michael over at Huddle Card Collection. He and John do a show every single Wednesday, and I often go over there and do the show with them as well. That happens at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays over on Huddle Card Collection. So make sure you check out Michael's channel if you haven't. And finally, if you haven't subscribed to Pittsburgh, please do. We put out content here every week with the NFL podcast. Plus, I also do a bunch of cool travel videos with the wife. Most recently, just put out a Steeler vlog and got some really cool stuff coming up this week as well. So stay
Nice.
tuned. Yeah, but it was a crazy week of football, man. How about the Tennessee Titans getting themselves a victory?
I know. I was like, really?
Shador
Not really.
looked really good though, as far as like his stats. He had
Yeah.
4 all-purpose yards, or not yards, but touchdowns, 3 passing, 1 rushing. So that was good. Um, you know,
And the Colts lost their quarterback. He's done.
yeah, that's a shame, man. He was really having a resurgence this year too to his career. I always hate to see that happen. From what I understand, it looks like they've gotten Philip Rivers off the couch. He might be their starting quarterback moving forward.
That's what I was reading. I was like, oh
Yeah.
boy, here we go.
I saw a meme that said 2024, Philip Rivers becomes a grandfather. 2025, Philip Rivers becomes a starting quarterback of the Colts.
Maybe he comes in and does something. I don't know.
I mean, he's a good player. I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, anybody can pretty much hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor. That guy's electric. But
That's
I
right.
don't foresee them going deep into the playoffs like I did before.
I'll be
With
surprised if they make it.
Yeah, although honestly, I was really thinking that with Daniel Jones either way in the beginning of the year, and he really surprised me. So maybe you know Philip Rivers can do the same.
What's up, Steel City?
What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, it's always a good night whenever we're here talking football.
That's right. We
Uh,
lost Zach
al-
Ertz.
Although outside of the Steelers winning, we didn't have too good of a week last
No.
week as far as our picks went. I was for the only second time this season below 500. I went 6-8. I was the big stinker of the week. You and Michael both landed right at 500, which just goes to show there's a lot of a lot of upsets going on out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, we didn't even show up for our game, which is, I don't understand that. One week you can play so good, almost beat the Broncos, and then let's not show up for the Vikings. And we lost Zach Ertz, although I think that should have been a penalty for clipping, but
Yeah, that sucks.
he hit him hard. Just
Yeah,
watching
Hurts
him
is
sink back.
such an underrated part of your team.
And then what do we have? I mean, I was happy to see the Eagles lose. That was a good game though.
You know what's funny? I don't have ESPN at my house because I mainly have like the streaming services and stuff like that. So I wanted to watch the game, and the only way I could get the game was on Disney Plus. So I was like literally watching the Monsters Inc.
Um,
Mike versus Sully to see like what happened. It was pretty interesting. It just looked like a very bad graphic video game.
Well,
But
at
it
the
was
end,
like
in the
real
private
time,
channel,
like
I will send you a place that Michael sent me that you can actually watch them on. It's any
nice.
game that you want to watch. So,
Nice.
yes, it was Steel City. I was like, we finally got everybody back, and we can't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I say, in my opinion, we sit Jaden for the rest of the year. You're not going to take a chance. You don't have any chance to playoffs. You've been eliminated. Sit them, let them get healthy, practice, let them practice and all that. Save them for next year. Maybe we can do something. None of us saw the Bucks losing.
Yeah, that was definitely a shocker.
Or I don't think I don't know if we all picked the Bears or not, but I think that was kind of an upset. The Cowboys game was but very the Chiefs, whatever there. But,
yeah, I mean, football is so any given Sunday sometimes.
Oh yeah, this year especially. Yeah, sit them, take that off, get healthy, 100% healthy. Because I have a bad feeling if we play him in the last 3 or 4 games, it's going to end up another RG3, and because it's not like he has a lot of weight on him. He's a very thin quarterback. He put a little meat on his bones over this, time off. Not a lot, just a little.
All right, let's get into our matchup versus the 49ers, shall we?
I guarantee they have Joe Montana. They have Jerry Rice. They probably have Terrell Owens. Yeah, they're going to have a lot of good. There are a lot of good quarterbacks that were out there. So, and you had Steve Young, Alex Smith, Garcia. Let's skip over Kaepernick. I mean, there's some.
I mean, Kaepernick did go to the Super Bowl for them.
Yeah, well.
I mean, not that he's better than Steve Young, but
I won't be. No.
All right, so here's who they chose to go with. I unfortunately won't be going to Philly either. It's about 5 hours from us, so I don't have that much time free this weekend, unfortunately, from work. Is that sharing or is that not showing up on the browser?
I don't see anything. It's not sharing on my end at all.
Say it's not showing up on the screen. I just didn't know if I was delayed or not. Try to represent it. How about now? Do you see anything?
I don't see anything, no.
Come on, share screen. There we go.
There we go.
Cool.
Yep.
So here's who they are rolling with this week. So the all-time Niners, as drafted by ChatGPT, they're going with Joe Montana at quarterback. They have Frank Gore at running back, Jerry Rice at wide receiver. Tight end, they're sticking with a new guy. They got George Kittle. Offensive line, they have Bob St. Clair. They have a kicker in Ray Wershing. They have Justin Smith as their defensive end, Bryant Young as their defensive tackle, Charles Haley, an outside linebacker, Patrick Willis is an inside linebacker, Eric Wright as a cornerback, and Ronnie Lott as a safety. So that's pretty stacked, all in all.
It is.
They missed one at cornerback, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, they did.
They had Deion Sanders for one of their Super Bowl runs.
So do we go Steve Young?
I probably would go Steve Young. I mean, he's probably their second best quarterback of all time.
And Alex Smith isn't been Garcia.
He's also mobile too, which is good.
True.
With ChatGPT apparently. Running back's going to be an interesting one because they got Frank Gore, who I think is probably their best running back of all time. I know they had Ricky Waters back in the day. Yeah, Roger Craig was another good one.
Yeah.
Dude, Christian McCaffrey would be really good too.
Greatest running backs. Roger Craig, that looks like they show, is a second. Garrison Hurst is another one. Ricky Waters played for them.
Yep.
Hugh McClenny. Yeah. I think Roger Craig's probably our best.
McCaffrey almost better than any of them. I mean, Craig's decent too, though. Don't get me wrong. Him or Waters would be good too. I just think McCaffrey would be like today's best example. And honestly, I feel like if you put McCaffrey next to Gore, I feel like
I don't understand why they don't put him on the list.
Well, he's their new guy. He's the guy that plays for them right now. That's probably why.
Christian McCaffrey, the modern star Christian McCaffrey, joins the conversation as a lead all around. So they have number one, Gore, Roger Craig, Joe Perry. McCaffrey's like towards the end, but if you want to go with him, let's go with him. Sounds good to me.
Cool. Did you you'd mentioned T.O. at receiver. Did you want to go with Terrell Owens?
Let me just plug it in here and just see if he is. Ooh. That was Dwight Clark. Let's see. He was with him from 79 to 87. 8,500 receiving yards, pretty much number 2 on the franchise all-time leader. Terrell. I think we go with Terrell just because of speed.
Yeah, not to mention that size too. He'd be pretty difficult to handle. Not that Rice is going to be easy for us to handle. So they have George Kittle. The first guy I thought of when I thought of tight ends for them was Vernon Davis, who had a pretty good career. I think he also played for you guys for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, he was with us for a while.
Who's the other guy that they had during the Super Bowl run? With Montana.
That's what I'm looking for to see. They show Vernon Davis, Brent Jones, Garrett Selleck, Ryan Jennings. What was that? Let's see this. Okay, so you did not know. Don't give me that one. No one. Super Bowl tight ends. Let's see. Put that in instead. Brent Jones was one with them in that time. So was Vernon Davis.
Mm-hmm. Who you like better? You want to go with your commander?
I think Vernon Davis has a little more speed.
He definitely does.
His tight end. And we're going to need outside linebacker.
Yeah, it's offensive line next, though. I was thinking maybe Trent Williams or Joe Staley, like two of the newer, like perennial All-Pro guys.
True.
Trent Williams is probably the best tackle in football.
Trent Williams, yeah.
One of the top 3, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he is. He's number 1, then Joe Staley, Harrison Barton, and Jesse Sapulu. So you go with Trent. Kickers.
Kickers will be interesting. Who did they have? Ray Worsham.
On here. I guess David Akers played with them for a while.
David Akers was an awesome kicker.
from 2011, 2012.
They also had Robbie Gold.
They did. They had Gary Anderson too. Damn, they had a lot of people.
Yeah. It's like, take your pick. So Akers was with him for 1 year. They had Phil Dawson for 3 years, who was pretty good. He played for the Browns for a while there. They had Robbie Gold for, it looks like, 5 years. So he might not be a bad one. He played a decent chunk there.
Tommy Davis from 59 to 69. He made, he's only 47%. Right now, the top, Phil Dawson was 86%. They had Eddie Pinero. He only kicked 1 field goal, so you can't count that. Robbie Gold was 87.5. Jeff Reed, but didn't play a lot. Oh, they had the guy who, of course, was 72.8%. Robbie or Ray, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I'd be with either Gold or Dawson probably, or Akers.
I say go with Gold or Gould.
He
He
played
had
with
a better
them.
field goal present. Yeah, he was better as far as what do you call it, percentage wise of kicking.
Defensive ends. They went with Justin Smith.
All time defensive ends. Let's see who you got. Bryant Young, Dana Stubblefield.
They have Bryant Young, and Stubblefield would be good, but they have him at defensive tackle. We'd have to move him over one.
Or Nick Bosa.
Dude, Nick Bosa, yeah.
The other ones left are Justin Smith and Nick Bosa, really.
Yeah, Nick Bosa's a stud, man. That's like great for pass rush. Then you got Stubblefield to stuff the run.
Yeah.
I like that.
Outside linebacker.
So they took Charles Haley as their outside linebacker.
They say Dave Wilcox is a legendary Hall of Famer, dominant force in the 60s and 70s.
Oh, you know,
Who did they take?
Navarro Bowman on the inside.
Yeah. I mean, you have Fred Warner, too.
True, Fred Warner was really good as well.
Dave Wilcox was considered the intimidator, they say.
Did he play inside or out?
That's what I'm trying to see here. Outside. Damn it.
Okay. That makes it easy. Because then we can put one of the other guys on the inside. Because both Navarro Bowman and who was the other guy you mentioned? I'm pretty sure they're both inside linebackers. They even had Ken Norton Jr.
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner. You want to go with Warner or do you want to go with Bowman?
Let's see. You go. Patrick Willis is their top one. They show.
Yeah, they took Willis already though.
Bowman was Willis's partner, forming a legendary duo. Then Fred Warner's now. Dave Wilcox was a Hall of Famer, and Dan Buns. I don't think I want him in there. So I say we go with Bowman. I think he's our bet to go up against their guy. Cornerbacks next.
I would say Deion Sanders personally. I don't know if we're going to find a better corner than that. They won the Super Bowl with Deion in '94.
Yeah, with the time of Ronnie, a virtual Hall of Famer who played safety, but was dominant corner. Jimmy Johnson, really? Wow. Do you go Deion or do you go Richard Sherman? Yeah, or Eric Davis even?
They have. Oh no, I was going to say they have Eric Wright.
Okay, so Jimmy Johnson was not the white guy.
You know what I wonder if we should do? This would be sneaky as hell. What if we did Richard Sherman at cornerback, and then we put Deion Sanders at safety since he played safety at the end of his career?
I say let's do it.
That would be like the most shut down secondary.
A little bit, yeah.
We almost need it though with Jerry Rice.
Yeah. Because I think Deion can stay with Jerry. I just want to see if they show.
I honestly think we have a chance here. Like, they took all of their players first. I think we can potentially hang with them here.
I think we can. I think maybe I'm going to give us a win this time.
Yeah. I'm going to say we win by 3.
Because that's what I'm saying.
Cool.
We're not going to get crushed like we did last week.
Yeah, let's hope not.
That was bad.
All right. Where's ChatGPT?
Steel City, when we're done with this, we can always go back and put Craig in, see if he would have helped us win. We always do usually 1, 2, possibly 3 player change up to see. The only one would be that, and then maybe put in one of the other court, like Alex Smith instead of the guy. But Steve Young was mobile. Alex Smith was not as mobile.
It's not pasted. Copy. There we go. All right, let's see what ChatGPT has to say for us. It's still analyzing, apparently. That's pictures this time.
Oh, wow.
I don't recall it having pictures before.
Me either, but hey.
Cool. So first quarter, Joe Montana opens up the game looking sharp, facing mostly cover 3 from Sherman and Deion's side. He takes what the defense gives him, quick outs to Kittle, slants to Rice. Key plays, Montana to Kittle for 14. Gore rips a 9-yard run behind Bob St. Clair. Montana to Rice for 22 versus Deion on a deep comeback. Field goal by Wershing. ChatGPT is up 3-0. Dialed in. We respond. Steve Young uses his legs early, avoiding Justin Smith's pressure. McCaffrey gets involved in the passing game immediately. Young scrambles for 11. CMC goes for 27. T.O. beats Eric Wright on a dig for 18. Touchdown Young to Vernon Davis on a seam versus Patrick Willis. 7-3. Dialed in. There's your commander getting us in the lead.
Oh, here we go. Zone coverage figures.
Yep. Second quarter, Montana begins dissecting the zone. Rice starts heating up. Rice beats Sherman on a post for 41. Gore punches in 6, 8 there. Kittle drags defenders for 11 on 3rd and 7. Touchdown Frank Gore on a 3-yard run, 10-7. Dialed in. Bosa starts to wreck the game, forces Montana's offense to the sideline. Next possession, dialed in offense counters with tempo. Young, CMC will route for 31. T.O. Mosses Ronnie Lott on a 50-50 ball. Bowman sacks Montana on the next drive. Field goal, Robbie Lott, 10-10, halftime. Best quarter of the game for them. Steve Young opens up the offense, bootleg to T.O. for 17, inside zone to Christian McCaffrey for 19. Vernon Davis outruns Willis on a shallow cross for 29, but Bryant Young blows up a run and Smith forces a 3rd and long. Field goal by Gold. Dowden leads 13-10. Montana responds like Montana does. Rice sits perfectly in the spot versus zone for 28. Kittle stiff arm Bowman for 7 yards after the catch. Gore plunges forward on 4th and 1. Touchdown Montana to Rice, 22-yard route versus Sherman. ChatGPT is up 13. Fourth quarter Dowd in. This is where T.O. and CMC take over. Terrell Owens wins inside leverage versus Eric Wright for 24. CMC breaks a tackle from Charles Haley, trucking that big old lineman on the toss for 18. Young converts 3rd and 8 with a scramble. Touchdown Young to Terrell Owens on a slant. Dowd in, leads 20-17. Final drive, 3:21 left, Montana time, but the defense he's facing is Bosa, Stubblefield, Wilcox, Bowman, Sherman, Dion. Not exactly soft. Montana to Kittle for 12. Rice on a deep curl versus Dion for 17. Gore, 6-yard cutback. The turning point on 2nd and 4. Nick Bosa beats St. Clair inside, hits Montana's arm. Ball wobbles. Deion Sanders jumps the route, pick. Dowden takes over with 1:42 left. CMC burns the clock, but not before breaking a 16-yard run to seal it.
We win it.
We'll score. Dowden, 20-17. We have won and beaten the 49ers. So here's the stats. Joe Montana was 24 of 33 for 276. He had a touchdown and a pick. Gore had 81 rushing yards and a touchdown. Jerry Rice had 9 catches for 128 and a touchdown. Kittle had 6 catches for 54 yards. Justin Smith had a sack. Bryant Young had a tackle for loss. Ronnie Lott had 8 tackles. On our side, Steve Young was 22 for 29 for 261. He had 2 touchdowns, but he also had 42 rushing yards. McCaffrey had 102 rushing yards, plus he had 6 catches for 58 yards. T.O. had 7 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown. Vernon Davis had 5 for 71 and a touchdown. Nick Bosa had 2 sacks. He forced the pressure on the game-deciding interception. Deion Sanders had the game-winning interception. Bowman had a sack. Why we won. Bosa changed the entire fourth quarter. He pressured Montana. His pressure forced Montana's only mistake of the game. Deion made the clutch play, perfect jump on the timing route. Montana has thrown 10,000 times. CMC was an X factor. ChatGPT's team had no answer for his dual threat skill. Steve Young avoids turnovers and extends plays. His mobility neutralized Bryant Young and Justin Smith late. Sherman and Dion limited explosive plays. Rice got his, but nothing game breaking after halftime. I'm pretty happy with that. Keep it just there, ChatGPT. I'm happy that we finally got ourselves a win.
What's funny is I noticed on there that you can actually change the weather.
Yeah.
We got to do one time.
Dude. You could be like, I want to play on a field full of marshmallow fluff. And, it's
like a fog bowl and see how we do.
You want to do what?
The fog bowl.
The fog bowl? We could do that.
One of these days.
That'd be really cool, actually.
At least we got to win.
Yeah, I'm happy to finally have a win under our belts.
We're
it's been a few weeks since we've had one.
We're probably like 3-16.
I think we won more than that, but yeah, it's been pretty rough this year, man. I'm not gonna lie. It has not been an easy year on us. Getting into this week, we have a lot of games coming up. First, on Thursday, we have the Atlanta Falcons traveling all the way down to Tampa Bay to face the Buccaneers. ChatGPT is selecting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win that game. Michael, who is not here, has also pre-selected all the games. He also is selecting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. John, what do you think is going to happen in that game?
I think it's going to be an interesting game because the Falcons could just surprise you out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Bucs are a better team here. They're playing at home, although that doesn't really mean anything. But I'm going to go with the Bucs.
Okay, cool. I'm going to join you with that. So it's going to be a sweep for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All four of us are going with that. I just think the Bucs are the better team. They're more consistent. I just haven't seen, Atlanta doing on a consistent enough basis to think they're gonna win this game. Going into the Sunday games, we have Arizona traveling to Houston to face the Texans. The Texans have been kind of on a tear lately. ChatGPT says that they're going to win this game, and Michael agrees with them. What do you think, John?
Who did they pick?
They picked the Texans.
I'm going that. I'm going that way too.
Yep, I'm going to join you as well. I think that the Texans are just finding their stride. I think that this is the part of the season where they're going to get just better, as opposed to falling back into like ruts like they did earlier in the year. I think they're finally starting to find themselves. So I'm going to pick the Texans in this one. The next game is going to be a battle of the AFC North. We have the Baltimore Ravens, who just lost a nail biter to my Pittsburgh Steelers, versus the Cincinnati Bengals, who have Joe Burrow back and also just lost a nail biter to the Buffalo Bills. So both of these teams are fighting to try to get back into contention in the AFC North. It's a must win for both of them. ChatGPT says the Baltimore Ravens are going to win this one. Michael also is selecting the Baltimore Ravens to win this one. What do you say, John?
I just think Burrows is going to be too much for him. I'm going Bengals.
You know what? I join you on that. I have also selected the Cincinnati Bengals for this game. And the reason for that is because Baltimore's defense is really bad. It's evident in the fact that the Steelers' offense, which is doo-doo, actually showed up and looked really good against them. So Burrow and those guys show up. There's going to be no stopping Chase. There's going to be no stopping Higgins. It's just going to be, lights out. I think that Baltimore will keep it kind of close because I think they're going to try to run the ball. They have to get back to running the ball. They have Derrick Henry. They have Lamar Jackson. So I think if they do that, they'll keep it close. But I think Cincinnati is just – there's going to be too much scoring happening for them to win this game.
Yeah.
The next one's going to be an interesting one. This is going to be a battle of the AFC, I believe, East it is. The Buffalo Bills are traveling to New England to face the Patriots. What do you think is going to happen there?
If Buffalo can get it together, they win this, possibly. It's a running game. But I got to go with the Patriots in this one. May's just on too much of a run.
I'm with you. I think the Patriots as a team right now are just as consistent as a team can be, whereas Buffalo is not. They barely beat the Bengals this past week, which I can't really talk trash because my Steelers lost to the Bengals too. But I just don't think Buffalo is as consistent this week.
No.
However, ChatGPT and Michael, they both selected the Bills. They think Josh Allen's going to come back and want some revenge after these last few weeks. But I think New England's the real deal this year. I think they're going to be a tough out for basically anyone has to play them in the playoffs. Next game on the docket, we have the Cleveland Brownies going to Chicago to play the Bears. What do you think is going to happen in that one, John?
I'm going Bears on that one.
Yeah, I'm also bearing down with you on this one. I think that the Bears just have too many weapons and Cleveland's just dysfunctional. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with Shador. So I think he gives them a chance. I just don't think that he gives them enough of a chance with the way the Bears played this year. Michael and ChatGPT have also selected the Bears, so
Yeah,
that's a clean sweep for us this week.
I don't see the Browns defense being able to hold back Caleb in their offense there.
Yep, I don't either. Next game on the docket, we have the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Pennsylvania to play the Eagles. ChatGPT has selected the Eagles to bounce back and beat them. Michael has also selected the Eagles. I'm going to jump on that bandwagon and say the Eagles are going to be mad that they just lost on Monday Night Football, and they're going to come back and they're going to be angry, and they're not going to lose to a trashy Las Vegas Raiders team. And I think the Eagles are going to come out and win this game.
I'd love to see the Raiders upset them because that would just mean the world to me. A shitty team beating them, thinking they're all that, but I don't see Geno Smith and the Raiders doing it. They might keep it close if the defense of Philly keeps playing the way they're playing, but I see the Eagles winning this one, unfortunately.
Yep. There's another battle in the AFC between the Chargers, who are traveling to Kansas City and Arrowhead. ChatGPT thinks that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win this game. Michael's also selected the Kansas City Chiefs. What do you think, John?
The Chargers are gonna win this one. They're coming off that high of beating the Eagles. I think they're gonna keep rolling with it. I just don't think Kansas City is the team that they were in the past.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest. Last week, I picked the Eagles to beat the Chargers, and the main reason I did that was because Justin Herbert had a injured hand, and I was like, okay, this hand is not causing any issues with them winning. So if they can beat the Eagles with Justin Herbert's hand, I'm going to say they can also beat the Chiefs with Justin Herbert's hand.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Chargers as well. It's kind of just a gut feeling. The Chiefs aren't good. They're not consistent this year. This is probably the year that their dynasty dies, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers on that one. Next game, we have Michael's New York Jets hopping on a plane, going all the way down to Jacksonville, Florida to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. Shout out to the owner of AEW, who also co-owns the Jaguars.
Yep.
ChatGPT says Jaguars are going over in this match. Michael says the Jaguars are going over in this match. Anthony's going to say the Jaguars go over in this match. But what does John say?
I say the same thing.
Yeah, I think
can't see the Jets doing it here.
I think that Jacoby Myers pickup that they did was like a huge bump for them, man. Like I'm pretty sure he's scored 3 games in a row since they picked him up a touchdown. So I think that's just given T-Law another legitimate weapon. I kind of wish that Aaron Rodgers would be thrown to him right now, but I digress. I think that he's going to cause them to, continue to win. So
did Darius Slay go to the Bills? Is that where he went?
I think so, yeah.
I heard about that during the game Monday night. I was like, that might be a good pickup for them. I don't know.
So this next one, I kind of already know where your head is, John, but I'm going to have to ask you anyway. We have your Washington Commanders on the road going to play the New York Football Giants. ChatGPT has selected the New York Football Giants to beat your team. Michael has also selected the New York Football Giants to beat your team. But Anthony has faith in you, John. Anthony has chosen the Washington Commanders. And the reason is your team is too good to just keep losing the way it has.
Yeah.
And at some point they have to win. Yeah. And New York's dealing with a ton of injuries as well. So ultimately, I feel like the Commanders are a better team than the Giants with the level of health that both of them are dealing with currently.
Yeah, with us having all our wide receivers back, I mean, we lost Ertz, which sucks, but we do have some other guys that aren't too bad at tight end. Even if Mariota plays, which I have a feeling he's going to, I can't see him putting Jaden in any of these rest of these games, but he does want to play. But I'm hoping they keep him out and Mariota in there. I still think Mariota can do it. He still can move on his feet, make plays happen. Granted, he didn't last week. I think the whole team just gave up, but there's just not enough in the Giants with Scattaboo out, Neighbors being out. They just don't have enough. It's going to be a close game, though. But I end up taking my Redskins.
It'll be an interesting one. Next game on the docket, we have the Carolina Panthers traveling to Nolens to go up against the Saints. ChatGPT has selected the Saints to win this game, but Michael said, I'm going with them Panthers. What do you think, John?
New Orleans has surprised me. But I just think the Panthers are a better team here. It's going to be another close game, but I'm taking the Panthers.
I'm with you, man. Even though they're on the road, I think that they are the better team. I think the Panthers are going to ultimately win this game. And honestly, I've picked against them so many times, I've regretted it. So I've learned to just say the hell that I'm picking the Panthers when they go up against a team that's not stellar.
Yeah.
The next game on the docket is Detroit traveling to Los Angeles to face the Rams in SoFi. ChatGPT and Michael have both selected the Los Angeles Rams. What do you think is going to happen in this one, John?
I agree. I think the Rams are just a better team right now. The Lions look dysfunctional, sort of like who is it? We're talking about the Bills look that way. There's a lot of teams looking that way right now. So I just think the Rams are more put together, and will take the Lions down in this one.
Sort of what I said about the Patriots, but only NFC wise. I think the Rams are kind of the most complete team. And if I had to pick an MVP right now, the NFL would be Matt Stafford. So I don't see him slowing down. And the Detroit Lions have disappointed me several times this year already. So I can't. Plus, keep in mind, this is Stafford's old. Well, technically, it's Stafford and Goff's, both of their old teams. So both of them are going to be playing because they want to beat their old team. I just think Stafford's going to rub it in a little more this time.
Yeah.
Next game's going to be a good one. It's the Green Bay Packers traveling to the Mile High Stadium to face the Denver Broncos. ChatGPT's selecting the Green Bay Packers to win this game. Michael has selected the Denver Broncos to win this game. So we're split already. What do you think, John?
Denver's too good of a team. I just can't see the Packers really doing a whole lot, even with Parsons. Denver's just got too many weapons. Running or passing.
It's going to be really interesting to me because Packers are another team that I've picked against recently, and it's bitten me in the butt because I feel like they're not as good as I think they are. But then a guy like Christian Watson comes back and just starts scoring, nothing crazy, but like a touchdown a game. Like that's a huge difference to an offense, just to have a guy that can consistently come in and say, I'm going to get like 3 to 4 catches and a touchdown. Like that's super helpful to get like Jordan Love. Plus I can't go against my guy Josh Jacobs right now. So for that reason, I'm going to go against the grain and go with the Packers to win this one. Next game would have been. What's that?
Is Jordan Love playing? I thought I saw somewhere that he was out for this game. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's a good thing to look at because I was judging based on Jordan Love being in there.
I could be wrong. It might have been somebody else.
Okay, yeah, it says he's expected to play this week against the Broncos. Full participant despite a minor shoulder injury. Cool. So, yeah, I'll stick with the Packers. But thank you for pointing that out.
Which I wasn't sure about.
That makes a big deal, like not having a starting quarterback.
Well, you got to hope for it. He doesn't get laid out on that shoulder.
Mm-hmm. This next game would have been a marquee matchup. Was the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Seattle to play the Seahawks. NFC juggernaut versus an AFC juggernaut. However, we all know what happened. Danny Dimes is injured. So
Philip
Chester
Rivers in.
selected the Seahawks. Michael has selected the Seahawks. Anthony has selected the Seahawks. Honestly, even if Daniel Jones was there, I'd probably still select the Seahawks because I just believe in them this year. They're one of the teams I've actually gotten to go see live play in person this year, and I've just been impressed with the way that they play. I think the Seahawks are going to win this game.
I mean, I would love to pick the Colts if they have Philip Rivers in there to see him win a game, but Seahawks are playing way too good.
Yeah. Agreed. Next game is probably going to be a gimme game. It's the Tennessee Titans traveling to Northern California to play the San Francisco 49ers. ChatGPT and Michael have both selected the 49ers. I'm going to go ahead and also select the 49ers just because they're one of the most consistent, complete teams in football. They're very well coached, and the Titans suck. So
might as well call it a clean sweep. I can't. I mean, could the Titans surprise us? They could, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't see it either. This next game is going to be the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Texas to play the Dallas Cowboys. Michael and ChatGPT have both selected the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Vikings. What do you think is going to happen here, John?
I think Dak's going to be too much for them. They're going to. I mean, the Vikings are coming out the shutout of us, but who cares? I just don't see him having enough for the Cowboys defense.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that the Cowboys are going to overpower them with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, and Dak's going to just have himself a day. Again, if the Steelers can come out and their offense can look good against you like they did against the Vikings, Dallas is going to come out and eat. So I'm going with the Cowboys on this one as well. The last game Monday night is going to be the Miami Dolphins traveling all the way over to the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to play my Pittsburgh Steelers. And ChatGPT, wouldn't you know it, is a freaking party pooper. They're trying to pick the Miami Dolphins to come into the Steel City and to beat my Steelers. Homie doesn't play that. Michael's going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Anthony's going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And what are you going to go with, John?
I'm going with the Steelers, but I think it's going to be a very good game. I mean, no one there. I don't see anybody having that like an advantage per se. I mean, yeah, you're at home, but the Dolphins have been playing pretty decent. I mean, I think you're looking at a 3 to 7 point game.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I am giving it to the Steelers on this one.
Yeah, I think it'll be a close one too. I wouldn't be shocked to see it end up being like 14 to 15 when Boswell gets 5 field goals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. I mean, Miami's just had issues. However, they seem to be putting it together the past few weeks. I don't think they're as good a team as the Steelers. That's not really saying much right now because the Steelers are barely good enough to win the crappy AFC North. But yeah, I just think that the Steelers aren't going to lose this game because they just they're in win out mode right now.
Yeah,
because Baltimore is like right down our neck. Like if we didn't beat them, they would be in the head of the division right now. And then Cincinnati's one game behind Baltimore. You know what I mean? So Cincinnati can win this game, we can lose, and then they're right there with us. So it's pretty imperative, especially since we've lost to Cincinnati, that we beat the Dolphins. Like we have to beat the bad teams. We're not going to beat the good ones. We have to beat the bad ones.
yeah, it's going to be a good week, hopefully.
Yeah. Should be a pretty good week of football. I'm looking forward to it. Monday night games are always fun to watch, so that'll be interesting. Would have been cool to see what Disney characters they would have given the Steelers. I could definitely see like the Dolphins getting like Little Mermaid or something like that. Like, who would they have given the Steelers? Like, has to be someone cool.
Who would they go? I don't know who they go with there. I don't know. That would be interesting to see.
Another good show is come and gone. I appreciate you being here, John, yet again.
No
I
problem.
want to remind everybody to go over to Huddle Card Collection because tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, John and Michael are going to go live over there. I also want to remind you guys to subscribe over to my channel here at Pittsburgh, to Firestarter Breaks for John, and to Huddle Card Collection for Michael. We'd appreciate that. We're going to all keep putting out this podcast and other live shows. And don't forget, just another sports podcast tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep. And hopefully next week, Mike will be back.
Yep. Oh, and also just quick programming note. After the show next week, I will be going on to What's the Play with Big John and Rolling with FD. So I'll remind everyone again about that next week, but that's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on December the 16th. If you guys can tune in, should be a good episode. Take it easy, guys.
Peace.